Hello, konnichiwa. You might not consider this the most motivational message that I've ever given or that you've ever heard, but this is just something that I've been pondering over the last few weeks that I found interesting that I kind of wanted to talk about today. If it were to have any type of underlying motivational message attached to it, then it'd be that I want to motivate you on how to communicate better with people, and I'd call this step one. To begin with some storytelling, I was out in the country this summer in Finland for 5 weeks. And basically what surrounds us is just farmland, farms and animals. So every time I'd go out on a walk there, I was bound to see horses, cows, goats, sheep, cats, dogs, walruses. I'm just kidding. Why would I see walruses out in the country in Finland? Come on now. But what I found most interesting and humorous this summer that I really thought about for the first time is how animals like to stare at you. Stare into your eyes, like staring contest. If anyone's been out on a farm, you know what I'm talking about. You walk by like a field of cows standing in a little huddle, and from like the moment that they see you and they lock eyes with you, they will keep their eyes locked on you until you have passed them to where they basically cannot see you anymore. It doesn't matter if I stop and stand there for 10 minutes, they will stare at me for 10 minutes. And I'm like, what are you thinking? I'm genuinely interested in knowing what is going on in your little cow brain right now. But not only did the cows do this, but pretty much every animal that I passed did this. Every animal does this to a certain extent, if you think about it. Whenever you see your dog when you come home, what's the first part of your dog that you look at? Have you ever thought about this? It's their eyes. And what part of you does your dog look at? He looks into your eyes. And this is called eye contact. But how all of this really struck me and why I really started thinking about this seriously one day was when I was out walking and a truck passed by me with a dog sitting in the passenger seat. I see the dog and the dog sees me, and as the truck's passing by, the dog basically breaks his neck trying to keep eye contact with me as the truck passes. And I wondered, why did he do that? What did this dog find so interesting about looking into my eyes? Like, why was he looking into my eyes, first of all? Why wasn't he looking at my shirt? Why wasn't he looking at my pants? What was he trying to find in my eyes? Well, I don't know for sure, but I did realize that this is the primary way that we connect with other living creatures. And I know that may sound obvious, but hear me out. It doesn't really matter what creature we're connecting with. That is how we establish primary communication with one another. Have you ever felt uncomfortable because someone's been staring at you for just a little bit too long or a little bit in the wrong way? This type of behavior feels intrusive to us. Why is it intrusive? Why can't they just continue staring at us and everything be fine? There's no way to look at somebody and have them look back at you and you not feel something, not connect with them in some way. And if we are feeling something just by using our eyes, doesn't that mean that our eyes are more like messengers than mere organs that allow us the gift of vision and color differentiation and a perception of depth? They are so much more than that. And that's why it's important to use our eyes correctly as a tool in the right way. You might honestly not nail your next job interview if you don't use your eyes the right way. They're going to be the first things that are going to connect you with that employer that you're going to meet. I met a girl the other day for the first time somewhere, and we ended up talking for like 10-15 minutes about something, and she was so nice. But what bothered me just slightly was that every single time she talked, she looked away from me. It was like she was talking to a third person that was standing over here when I was right here. When I talked, I noticed she was looking at me, but whenever she talked, and she would actually talk for pretty long periods of time, she would just turn her entire head, actually her entire body, just like this way. So like, say that you are me and you're looking at her and I'm her, and the entire time I'm talking, I am just looking this way. I mean, maybe I should start making my Motivational Monday videos aiming this way. I just thought this was kind of unfortunate behavior because in some way, it just felt like there was some type of disconnect there between us, or we did not connect as strongly as I felt like we could have. Now, you don't typically stare at a person when you're having a conversation with them. I mean, like, locked eye contact, no breaking eye contact. That's not what I'm trying to say that you should do here. But what I am trying to say is that be aware of how you acknowledge other people. Be aware of how you look at them and how much you look at them and how they look at you. If you feel like you struggle with being a good listener and wonder why your friends don't come talk to you, try looking into people's eyes more often. Looking into another person's eyes means that you are giving them your full, undivided attention. You care what they have to say, and this makes you communicable. We all know that when we're trying to talk to somebody about something serious and they're looking around, kind of just blankly staring into space, it doesn't make us feel very good because that shows us their level of care. And if we're acting like that, that makes us less communicable. Some people communicate extraordinarily well with their eyes. And these are also the people that I would guess are the worst at lying, which is technically good. But their eyes are always revealing genuine interest and attentiveness to others. This is why sometimes a person's mouth can lie, but their eyes are always telling the truth. So that's my message and step 1 on how to communicate better with people. I think I might make a 3-part series to this message because I have some other thoughts on communication that I think I want to share. So stay tuned and see you next Monday. Next Monday.